Scott, that's right. They worked on this all the way back in April, and then that vote got pushed really down to the last week, which was what happened. So one of the board members thinks that if this was passed back in April, then it could have possibly prevented this alleged theft. But we're going to get back to that in just a second. Earlier this month, like Scott reiterated, the Scottsdale police say this mother, Nubia Gonzalez, who is the treasurer of a booster program for Cocopah Middle School, stole more than $35,000, went missing, and later turned herself back in. Again, back in April, before all this happened, the school board had a chance to vote for this uniform procedure for booster programs. That board member, one of them, wonders if it was implemented, if it would slow down the alleged theft. The district's general counsel wouldn't confirm that, but says it's a policy that mirrors most school districts in the state.
This policy enables the administration to create a regulation that flows directly from governing board policy. It's important to the administration that we do have the governing board's policy and essentially the governing board's oversight as we create these relationships and create these processes with the booster organizations.
And the uniform set of standards still has to be developed by stakeholders. And it's important to note, guys, that these booster programs are entirely separate entities from school administrators. So in no way could an administrator be in charge of the finances of these booster programs. Scott, Tess, we'll send it back to the studio.
All right.